What's up, everybody? You are tuned into another week of Baltimore Flava Radio. It's your boy, Mr. Antoine, in the building. And it's been a long time, but I'm happy to see my girl, Jen, back up in the building. How are you, dear?
I'm great.
I was just saying, haven't seen you in like a month, man. It's been crazy. What's been going on?
Not much. Chilling.
Chilling. We got Jay MacGraw headed this way. He just got off work a few minutes ago. How was your month?
I was here.
You have
the week when you were.
the week,
so I was
yeah.
here.
Everything been good though.
Yeah. My
You
weeks go by. I don't be knowing what's going on.
You
I
haven't-
can't even tell you.
you
I
haven't-
don't know what I did yesterday.
you haven't moved out the country yet, and
Nah. Nope. I mean, I ain't gonna.
care to touch on that a little bit? How you felt about the election?
Nope.
I was waiting to rock my shirt.
Mm.
Classic Raekwon line from '96, I think it was, when the purple tape was out, and how ironic it is today. Kind of very befitting of what's going on in the world today, man. But it's been a lot of stuff going on since the last time I was here. This weekend, me and Jay MacGraw, we went to actually where I got this shirt from. Our boy Kelvin Jordan over at 1616 Clothing, he did a live cipher and like video promo for his new line that he has coming out. He has some really nice pieces too. If he come down on his prices, I might buy a couple. Some definitely some good quality clothes. I mean,
But he said he get his spur fresh off the animal.
like I think
overseas.
he takes the knife
He do it himself.
and cuts it
I'm
off
pretty
himself. Especially like his snakeskin stuff. He has some pieces that's got some. He's got some real good pieces, man, and he has some real dope MCs. But let me say this real quick, man. If you're an inspiring MC, aspiring, whatever. If you want to be a rapper, and you come to a cipher, and you've known for weeks that you were coming to this cipher, if you just decide to prepare your rap the day before or whatever, and you can't get through your rap, have something else on deck that you can go to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wasn't there, so I'm not gonna
Right.
shade the person. Maybe they knew and like they got the nerves and they seen all them people and was like,
and I think that has something to do with it. This is what it was. This was one that he got there early, okay, and he was literally in back with his iPad or his iMac. He had a MacBook, and I think he was playing a beat in his ear. And, you could see him going over his raps. So when it was time for the cipher to start, he just said, fuck it, I'm going first. Let me get in and go first.
because he ain't want to forget them lines.
And
You
the
let somebody sit there long enough, they're going to be like, I forgot.
And the beat started, and you got to pick your own beat. So it's not like he was rapping to one thing and then came, time for the cipher and he had to go to something else. He got to pick his own beat, and he got like 2.5 bars in.
Oh, no.
And words started fumbling, and then
Ain't nobody boo him, did they?
Nah, we didn't
Okay.
boo him, but you know how when they mess up, they always run it back, and they ran it back, and
How many times they get ran back?
he only ran back once, because when he ran it back, he started to go into it, and he froze, kind of like Eminem did on 8 Mile, and he was like, "Nah, I can't do this." So
Oh,
then of course, there were other rappers that went and they killed it. So he came back up to the little set, and I'm like, "Yo, just go back and do something else. Do something, even if it's something off of a song that you did. Just give us 16. We don't know you, so we're not gonna know the song. This is gonna be our first time." And he was like, "Nah, man, I'm done." I was like, "What do you mean?"
Oh, you a quitter.
Like,
I don't.
yeah, I mean,
Maybe
like,
he needed to be drunk. Like, you know me, I get lit. I'm a ball rapper. But maybe he ain't take a couple shots. He
Jen
ain't
give
have no
you-
liquid courage. Like,
Jen get lit and give you like 100 bars straight up.
maybe some sleep. I don't know what I said, but it sounds good.
About 8 of them make sense, but she give you like
I
100
be on the
bars.
beat,
It should
though.
be like I can, every time you talk about that, I think about you and Chrissy in that damn car.
I feel like I get y'all in enough to y'all be like, oh, so when I don't make sense, you still stuck on the, oh, she said that. by now, it don't make no more sense.
She said you rolling like Trump, you get your meat lumped. Oh, she got bars. What's
Dang,
up?
I feel bad for him, though.
But you know what? In a way, I don't, because like
Maybe he just started in the game and he thought that was for him to try out.
I think he's been around a little bit, enough for Kelvin to know him to invite him. So I don't think, if Kelvin thought he was whack, I don't think he would have invited him.
Dang.
I think that this was just,
he was nervous.
like his one, that might have been like literally his first cipher and his first opportunity to like really step his game up. And like when you grab that mic and go first, you got to set the bar. You know what I mean? You gotta
go first, you gotta go in.
So maybe he would have been a little better off if he would have just
but it's
fell
kind of
back.
like if he would have went like in the middle or the end and everybody else killed it and
Right.
he didn't live up to it, then
Right.
it just would have been like, eh.
But which is worse in that case? To go first and like totally bomb after 2 bars, or
Go in the middle. People don't tend to remember the middle. First impressions and last impressions are
Well,
like the most important. So
that
it's
was
like
his.
you can't close the show out and you like, because everybody gonna remember that. You the last thing they saw.
Well, if that was his first impression, if that was my first impression of him, he'll never be on the show.
You are so. Give me his info. I'm invite him on the show.
I don't even remember his name. That's the funny part about it. I totally.
I want to know who he is, and we're gonna talk about, and we're gonna build his confidence up. So when he go back to another cipher,
Okay, we can do that. I'll find out his info and.
and I'll make sure we play all of this back so he can see how you shaded him.
Yeah, I told him there Saturday night, like, bruh, you shouldn't have came unprepared. I mean,
You know
like,
him?
nah. First time I ever met the dude in my life. But you gotta under. And that was his. And the thing about it is, that was his opportunity to not only be in a situation with a bunch of MCs, but that video was gonna like go on YouTube, and a lot of people are gonna see it. That might have been his one shining moment where it would have been like, because the last little promo joint that he did kind of went quote unquote viral, so to speak. The one where he had Mocha on there, it did a lot. I mean, he had like a couple close to 100,000 views or something like that. So that was his one time. Like your video in the car, that was your one time, and you 100 bars, and you killed. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
I
that
get
was just it was a bad look as an MC.
But the event itself.
Oh, the
Everybody
event
was
itself,
good.
yeah, it was cool. My man, Last Born Child, was there. Kelvin mixed up this creation that he called 1616 Juice. And when I
can
say
only
he had one of the big pictures like you have at your party when we did the.
I don't have parties.
And he was just at your when you invite people to your house and you serve
like
them
people.
drinks, you're stupid. And he was just like literally just pouring out bottles, and I know it was a bottle of Everclear in there, and that's about the only thing that I saw that I recognized. But yeah, the event as a whole, it turned out real good. Whoever did the catering for the food was the bomb, like literally the bomb. So shout out to them for that. Also, on Saturday before I was there, I had a chance to go to the Getti House. Well, not the actual house, but the block of the house. And they did a big food drive for her upcoming Thanksgiving thing. And it was a bunch of Corvette clubs out there. So I was literally mad because, like, I'm probably too tall for a Corvette unless the top is off. But it was some joints out there, man, where I was like, I was just amused. And a lot of women. It's amazing how many women drive Corvettes. I was like,
Yeah.
I was totally
Maybe I
surprised. Old black women, old white women. There was a couple Asian women out there, and their joints was like, and of course theirs was the shiniest ones, the cleanest ones, the ones that had the dopest paint jobs. It was incredible. It was probably between the 2-block radius. They probably had about 300 or 400 Corvettes out there. It was nice, and they had some live entertainment that was pretty interesting. They had a Barry White impersonator.
Like, of all people in the world, like, whose idea was it to do that?
Yeah. Well, apparently he's performed there before, and they like him, so they invite him back every year. Sounds just like him. He looks just like Barry White, but the facial stuff was like the black dye that you put in your hair when you want it to be
The
like
Beijing?
real. Beijing. What's that?
Oh, I thought you meant like the dye when people be.
Yeah, like the real. I mean, he had a
When they
mustache,
make like the
but
fake beard.
yeah, and
the
he
fake
exactly,
shape up,
yeah, and it
and it be
was
black from hair to hair.
yeah,
And then
and
your hairline be here.
his suit was very interesting, and his red
You
gaiters
ain't
were
get no
very
pictures?
interesting. Nah, I didn't get any pictures.
Dang.
And shout out to the DMV Fleet DJs, my man Joe Storm and them. They were out there too, and a couple of them want to come and DJ on the show, so we got to make that happen real quick.
Okay.
So let's talk about this adopt a family thing, man. We're coming up on the last days, and it's crazy because we haven't gotten nearly as many responses as I thought that we were going to get, but the responses that we've gotten have like literally broken my heart, and I kind of want to help all of them.
I know.
It's kind of like, it's always hard for me to read those stories, and especially the one that I showed you about the model and the fact that she can't, do her work and stuff anymore. But all of them are heartbreaking, man. And like I said, we have some sponsors that's going to be working with this. I'm hoping a lot of people step up, because at this point, I just want to visit like everybody, if that's possible.
Well, whatever you want to do.
Open up your checkbook, Jan. We can make that happen.
Listen here. Check this out. Don't be putting me on blast. You don't pay me enough.
Oh, you didn't get the.
My check's still been in the mail for like 6 months.
Don't worry, it's gonna bounce when you get it anyway, so it can stay in the mail. Nah, man, but this Friday is the deadline for the Adopt a Family, so you still have a couple of days to get your letters in to Baltimore Flava Radio at yahoo.com. If you know of a family that you would like to see us bless over this holiday season, and we're still looking for some sponsors. I think we're up to about 6 sponsors now.
That's what's up.
But definitely looking for more, because like I said, man, if we can do just a little something for all of these families, it would be absolutely amazing. And then like we've announced before, we're not going to be on air the Wednesday before Christmas, which I believe is December the 21st, as we're going to be going around the area and blessing the family or families with everything that we have for them. So I'm looking forward to that, man. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to like seeing how much stuff we gather and just packing it all up in the car and driving around like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You gonna dress up like a?
No, but I will wear a hat.
I can do a hat. It had to be purple though. I don't like red hats. It had to be
What?
purple.
Santa ain't get to choose what kind of hat he wanted.
I don't think Santa. Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, he probably could. Okay, but never mind.
My hat's gonna be purple. It'd be dope if we have different colors. So you do red. I'll
Do
do purple.
you, boo boo?
And we'll give Jay like a black on black.
Oh, that's so.
A
Black
on
is so dark.
Okay, yellow. We'll give him a yellow. We'll give him a yellow.
You go from dark to bright. Like, oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's what's up, man. But like I said, man, we got my man in the house, my man Kruger. I got an interesting story about how I met this dude. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. And also my man Max is headed this way. Jay MacGraw is watching us live. Where you at, man? Get off the Facebook and get up in the studio,
He's
dude.
tuning
So
in.
we can,
He's
yeah,
tuning
he's tuning in. He probably probably in the studio working on our. He said no yellow. Probably at the studio working on our intro.
Never.
Do that again. Silly. So you got any announcements? You got any? What's going on with you? Is the show get ready to? I'm so, especially since I went to the I told you we went to Jay the Lioness, her album release party. That Saturday that we didn't go to the pageant that we were gonna go to because you totally forgot about me and stood me up. The pageant in D.C. with the Miss Cape Verde. Yeah. Since you totally forgot about me and stood me up, I went to Jay the Lioness's album release party, and it was at the RL Hotel, and I was like, I wonder when Jen's gonna come back and do the show.
Yes, it will be back. It was gonna come back
Next week.
No.
You was getting ready.
It was gonna come back next month.
Okay.
But I have a lot of major interviews coming up between this month and next month. that I don't want to be overwhelmed. So that's what I was in the middle of emailing now is them. So we are aiming for the beginning of the year. Because the only other date I could do it would be the 23rd. And I ain't about to have everybody be like, oh, I was out last minute Christmas shopping.
Right.
No. So once that all passes through, beginning of January. So it's going to be like a Friday or Saturday. So soon as I get confirmation on that, which should be in today or tomorrow, I'll post it. So that gives everybody plenty of time to know, save the date, tell everybody, and
even if I'm not on the panel, I just want to be there because the shows are good. I still want to be there because it's always good.
Very good
it's
show.
Always very interesting.
It's between two topics, and both of them are very, very good. So you'll know that once you'll see the posting.
Damn, I thought we was gonna get an exclusive one.
Not yet.
That's what's
I'm
up.
Still battling
and one of her major interviews that she has coming up, she's interviewing the Obamas before they leave the office.
Shut up. Stop telling these people that.
But
they go on my site like, where's it? What happened was.
What happened was Antoine lied.
Speaking of other Obamas, I was watching that event at their house.
Yes,
White House.
the love.
Oh, that was so dope. Like I was just like, it just looked like.
I didn't know anything.
As I watched it, I just was like, dang, this is about to be gone. Like. We ain't gonna have these people in here singing.
Is that something that they do annually?
No, but
or this is like their farewell.
Like he has events, but this was a BET did a tribute farewell, and kind of everybody wanted to express how they felt, thank yous, and put on like a concert for them. So it was dope. It was a really.
They said
really
BB did killed it with Poison. They said them boys
out of breath, old and all.
like
they did all right. They was on point with them dance moves, but you could tell because they was like one sing one line, the other sing another line. Like they was keep trying to.
But that's how it is in Poison, though.
That's a couple songs you could tell.
Oh, they did more than one song.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Well, we can keep it real. We know that there's only one singer in Belle Biv DeVoe anyway. So, I mean, no. And I think they've like never really like said, okay, we can't sing, but the other two, who is it, Ronnie and Biv, have said, yeah, like Ricky is the singer. We bring, other flavor. And basically that's their way of saying we can't sing. So, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. That's why they never had any leads with New Edition.
But no shade. It was good though. It was a good.
It's on BET, so I know it'll be back on 37 times by the end of the week. I'll make sure I have to check it out.
I'm gonna record it so I can always have it. Like it was just dope to see.
Who else performed on it?
It was Yolanda Adams, Common, The Roots, Janelle Monáe, Usher.
Oh wow.
God, it was Kiera Sheard,
That's
Michelle
like
Williams.
Hot 97 Summerfest up in that joint.
It was like they had a party, they went to church, came back to the party. Like it was good.
Real quick. Keith Anderson, thank you for tuning in, man. Shout out to you and congratulations. That's my man DJ Booby. He just got married a couple of days ago. Him and his wife are out in Vegas right now, tearing it up. Thank you for taking some time out of your honeymoon to tune in to Baltimore Flava Radio, because I know what I'd be doing if I was in Vegas on honeymoon. Why wouldn't you?
I'd be busy. Anytime I'm on vacation and y'all be here.
Jim be dropping stacks at the roulette table and the poker table. And
you don't? I don't like giving my money. No, hell no.
You gotta play to win.
I don't.
Oh, he plays. What's like his favorite? What's his favorite game? Like casino.
I don't know how them things. I don't know what it was. Blackjack, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I'd rather spend it.
I can see him at the blackjack table with a cigar in his mouth and a little glass of cognac, sitting there just like.
Losing all the money that I could be buying Gucci and Louis.
Yeah, but then if he hits it off right, then you can own Gucci and Louis and.
Okay.
See, you gotta think about that. Shit, you might can own a casino if he.
You taking it there?
Gotta dream big. All right, man. My boy MAXX just walked in the building, so all guests are in the house. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna be back with my man Kruger. This is Baltimore Flava Radio, radioonfire.com.